Every hair care product is not for you, ma'am.
Exceptional, anything less is unacceptable. If they don't get it, then forget it, I do.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your Alishia here, and finally we are making my what I have learned while transitioning to natural hair video. Guys, I'm done. I'm finally done. It took us 3 years. I know. I've been going natural since December 2020, so almost 3 years, like 2.5. Well, I didn't do the big chop. I did the slow and steady method. But before we hop into it, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join the A-list of fam. All right, y'all, let's get right into it. First things first, I did not do the big chop, which is why it took me so long to transition from relaxed to fully natural. I didn't want to cut my hair off that quick, that much. I could not. So I did what I like to call the slow and steady, which is where you slowly trim your ends over time until you're left with nothing but natural hair. It was easier for me to stomach, and honestly, like I said in previous videos, I only went natural in the first place because I couldn't find a stylist with decent prices at my college to do my hair. So I kind of went natural out of necessity just because I was tired of being overcharged. What did I learn, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Come closer. Come closer. First thing I learned is have a routine. Guys, a hair routine is what will actually grow your hair, keep your length retention, make your hair look big, voluminous, wow factor, all that good stuff. Now that's gonna be kind of difficult at first because you're trying to learn your hair. You're trying to battle with half your head is relaxed, the other half up at the top is natural. So you're dealing with two different textures that require two different things. But as you transition, if you do the slow and steady method, you're gonna have what we call a line of demarcation, which is the line right where your natural hair ends and your relaxed hair begins. That part of your hair is going to be the weakest, which is why you need a hair routine, because you're going to have to be caring for your hair like it's a newborn babe, because those roots in that natural hair basically is a newborn babe. That relaxed hair towards the end, they a teenager at least, they ain't seen some stuff, so they're not going to be as quick jump ship. You're also going to have to learn, if you're starting like me, do not do your hair while it's dry. You will suffer so much breakage, it's not even funny. Do not do your hair while it's dry, guys. We can't do that anymore. We're going natural. Our hair is like stop the press. You can't do that anymore. I don't know where you've been, but over here we don't do that. A wide tooth comb is your best friend. Some people like dimming brushes, some people like the Alishia Leatherwood brush. I like kind of all three. I kind of switch depending on what hairstyle I'm doing. But if you're just starting out like I was at the beginning of my journey, I used a wide tooth comb religiously because it was the best at detangling my hair gently. And also, you're going to learn you want to section your hair when you wash it. That's going to be big, especially if your hair is on the thicker side, at least into 2 sections. Down the middle, if you're comfortable with that. If you want to get a little better, you're going to want to section it into 4 sections. Those sections are going to save your life, save your arm muscles, and save your time. I promise you. So that kind of ties in with learning how to care for your hair. Take your time. At the beginning of your journey especially, you want to take your time because you're learning what your hair responds positively to and what your hair responds negatively to. Every hair care product is not for you, ma'am. It's not for you, and you don't need to go broke. Find a good product that works for you and stick to it. I know some people say as you go natural, your hair texture could change. That is kind of true because the curls, when they first started going, do not look the same as what I ended up with. So that part is true. What I don't agree with is having different products for each stage of your natural hair journey. I started with Aussie Moist because I saw a lot of people saying that Aussie Moist was good. I do firmly believe Aussie 3 Minute Miracle Moist is really good. That's what I used for the first half of my natural hair journey, was the Aussie Moist line. The shampoo and conditioner, especially the conditioner for detangling, chef's kiss. That was some good stuff. That's still some good stuff, honestly. I just use Carol's Daughters now because it works a little better for my hair, and they have a leave-in conditioner, so I can just buy the whole line. But if Aussie Moist ever comes out with a leave-in conditioner, I don't mind switching back. Are the products going to be a little bit more expensive? Yes. Does that mean you have to buy every new product out there? No, 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 no. What I did see, you're gonna need a shampoo, you're gonna need a conditioner, a leave-in conditioner, some kind of cream, so like a curl enhancing smoothie, something like that. And then some people like oils, some people do not. It just depends on your hair. Certain oils make my head itchy, so I don't use them. Like that wild growth hair oil, I use it sometimes it doesn't work for me, but like the Jamaican black castor oil works really good for me, so I use that at the end. But just remember, the oil is a sealant, so if you need to put moisture in your hair first, put the moisture in first, then put the oil. When you start going natural, you're going to be looking online looking for, is your hair low porosity or high porosity? I do agree that you need to find that out, because that's going to tell you what kind of products you're going to want to look at, but it's going to make it easier for you to decide what you want to buy. Because some things that work for high porosity girls will not work for us low porosity girlies. And then you can just do that water test where you take a strand of your hair and you plop it in a glass of water. I just use a plastic cup, and then you see where your hair kind of falls. Product wise, there's also a lot of people also like Melanin, which is I believe a black owned brand, and TGIN. I like TGIN's leave-in conditioner. I haven't tried their shampoo and conditioner, but if I do, I'll let y'all know if I like it. But I love their leave-in conditioner. When you are going natural, whether you do a big chop, whether you do the slow and steady method, you need to make sure you are regularly trimming those ends, because you do not want split ends riding up your hair. Because all it's going to do is when you finally do catch it, you're going to have to do a low-key big chop to get your hair back healthy. For me, I trim my ends once a month because that's just how my hair works. You may only need to trim your hair once every 3 months. I don't know. If you're going a year, that might be a little too long, sis. I'm just saying. Another thing you're going to want to keep in mind is that when you're in the first half of your transitioning to natural hair journey, you are not going to be able to do those wash and goes, these twists, things like that on your natural hair, because your ends aren't at this level yet. Your ends aren't here yet, which means the style's not going to hold. Like, it's going to unravel up until probably about this point, you know, depending on where your natural hair starts. It's going to unravel to there, because your relaxed ends aren't used to being able to coil around themselves enough to where you can achieve the wash and goes, the twists, things like that. So instead, I focused on protective styles to get me through really all of my journey. I was in a protective style every month, and that worked best for me. That also made my hair grow like crazy because I kept my hands out of my hair. The less you keep your hands in your hair, the more your hair is going to grow, because you're letting it just do its own thing. Another thing to keep in mind though, as it grows, it's going to grow out and it's going to grow big and it's going to grow full until it gets too heavy, and then it starts weighing it down. Unlike before, when you knew your hair was growing, if you were relaxed because you saw it, you know, getting longer and longer. Natural hair is just going to be bigger and fuller and then go down. So it's going to go out first, then down. So keep that in mind. So even if you think your hair isn't growing, it could be. You just might not be used to seeing your hair being as big and as full as it is now. So shrinkage is another thing. Shrinkage is your friend. That means your hair is healthy. Do not try to combat shrinkage all the time. There's nothing wrong with a little shrinkage. That means your hair is flourishing, it's growing. And going back to the styles that you can wear in the beginning half of your journey, protective styles, so passion twists, faux locks, braids, whatever protective style you want to do. Bantu knots is a good one, and then using like perm rods. The flexi rods are kind of hit or miss, but the perm rods, making sure that your ends are kind of like tucked away. I would learn your hair first, that way, and not keep the protective style in too long. No longer than a month, because you're gonna have to wash your hair. That hair is gonna be tangled, and you're gonna have shedding because your hair has been protected and put away for a month. Shedding is normal. Shedding happens to all of us. So just keep that in mind as you're starting to, if you're gonna, you know, take it out at home, shampoo, wash, condition, and tangle it yourself. I usually dedicate a whole day to my wash days just to make sure that I'm not too tired or too grumpy or too over my hair to do it. Because the worst thing you can do is try to do your hair while you're not feeling it, because you're not going to take your time. You're going to be yanking through your strands trying to get done, which means you're going to have more breakage than you normally would. So your hair is not going to be growing as it should, or you might not retain that length that you just got from that protective style. So now you're frustrated because you feel like your hair's not growing. Last but not least, those grow your hair in 2 days quick remedies, those don't work. Your hair grows. Your main problem could be length retention, but your hair will not grow 6 inches in 2 days. It's not going to be down to your back in a month. Depending on where you're starting at, no matter what oil you put in there, no matter how good your routine is, your hair's it's just not going to grow that fast. But just because it's not growing fast does not mean it's not growing. And when you're fully natural is when you can start doing the twist, the natural boho braids, the wash and goes, the claw clip. Well, you can do the claw clip with added hair, but if you want to do it on your natural hair, you want the curls to pop, the pineapple, all that good stuff, you're not going to be able to do those until you're fully natural and your ends know what they do. And as long as you're caring for your hair, that hair is going to grow. Now, depending on how long it gets, that's genetics and your routine, different kind of things to go into that, but your hair is at least gonna grow as long as you keep the faith and keep the patience. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope somebody found this video helpful, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye guys.